Listener discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to Comedy, the podcast that helps you find new, emerging, and undiscovered independent comedy podcasts. I'm Greg, the host and curator of comedy.
Today's episode is from Cinemavino. Join Todd, Taylor, and Travis and Sean as they discuss all things movie and wine. It's going to be fun.
If you like today's episode, make sure to check out the episode description for links to subscribe. All right, let's get this show started.
Begin.
And welcome back to Cinemavino.
Ho, 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 ho.
Green Giant. Proud new sponsor of Cinemavino. I would love it if we were sponsored by Green Beans.
God.
I can't think of anything more appropriate.
I know.
I mean, we're just sitting here with ToddWoffordMovies.com.
Just great movie reviews.
Yep.
But I mean, I want to see that ad where it's like, Travis, have you had a big old plate of green beans lately?
But see,
I want to see that ass.
But
That Jolly Green Giant ass.
only eat canned.
Yeah.
I'm only going to eat that ass.
This is cinema. Here we go.
More like Cinemavino.
That's what I'm saying. Damn it, Travis, you son of a bitch. That
And
was
you were wondering why you weren't in the Audible ad.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how an ad for green beans turns into eating ass.
You want to eat some green bean ass?
Cinemavino.
Your cheeks are going to explode, man. You start eating bean ass.
Worth it.
All right. What the hell?
We're just keeping Todd busy
Why
because
is
he
it
has to
always
be able
this-
to edit this out. We should screw the wine. We should be eating canned beans.
Yeah, we should have
This is green beans.
Just green beans.
Yeah, just noshing. Just like you hear our fork clinking around the the can.
If you had a big old plate of Del Monte corn lately, it is delicious.
Actually, I'd eat the shit out of some like green bean casserole right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, everybody would, man.
Yeah. Why do we have to relegate that to just Thanksgiving food? Why can't we just do that year round?
I mean, no one's stopping you, man.
Yeah, every day could be
Right.
green bean casserole day.
Yep.
Every day could be eating ass day. So we're going to talk about...
that's already the case.
All right.
So what do we watch? I forgot.
We're going to talk about Point Break. Actually, first we're going to talk about the wine.
Yeah,
So tonight we're recording a two for our podcast episodes. We're doing Over the Top and Point Break. And so I'm doing kind of a little travelogue. I'm doing a California wine.
Speaking of the mic, please.
He
California
turned his head. Yeah.
I did. Olema Pinot Noir. Yeah, it's a California Pinot Noir. So I figured California wine for Point Break because it's one of the definitive California
Oh,
wines.
yeah.
This is very much surfing and, barrage.
Welcome the OC, bitch.
Exactly. So we're doing a California Pinot and then for Point Break, we're going to do an Oregon wine because it starts off in Oregon. So driving down to California with his in his rig. So with pictures of his son hanging everywhere.
Yeah, when you're just working your wrist out nonstop, I mean, like, you got spare time.
You saw the veins popping in that thing.
Oh, heck yeah.
Those are long drives.
Old hockey.
So Point Break came out July 12th, 1991. 31 years ago.
91.
91.
God dang.
$24 million budget, grossed $83 million. So
Get
successful.
fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty so over 3 times budget. So that's a good sign.
It took $25 million to produce that?
Directed by Catherine Bigelow.
El Gigolo.
And executive produced by her then husband, James Cameron. So Catherine Bigelow would later win an Academy Award for directing The Hurt Locker.
Yep.
So, there you go.
yeah.
I believe she was the first female to win Best Director.
No shit. Interesting.
Yeah. So, this film focuses on Johnny Utah, played by Keanu Reeves. He was a former Ohio State quarterback turned FBI stud. And part of his rookie campaign is to investigate a string of burglaries in L.A. by a gang who dresses up like ex-presidents. So he gets assigned a partner, Angelo Pappas, played by Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Pappas believes that ex-presidents are surfers as their bank robbing patterns match where all the great waves are. So
Sorry. It's cool.
It's weird to hear it out loud.
Yeah, when you say it out loud and then you look at Busey, I'm like, yeah, Busey figured that out. It was like, yep, he figured that one out. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. When I think of Busey, I think of just like a detective. I think Holmesian, just the
Oh,
ability
God.
to decipher stuff.
Yeah.
When I think of Busey, I think bite radius.
Yeah.
I think of like Jaws. Whenever they're just like, no, what's that bite radius? I think of Richard Dreyfuss being like, we got a 30-footer.
Could you do Richard Dreyfuss really quick?
I told you I didn't want to wear the damn mask.
Utah is tasked to go undercover and infiltrate the Southern California surfing culture. When he's there, he meets Tyler, who is a local surf shop worker who reluctantly shows him enough surfing skills to not drown in his attempts to learn to surf. Through Tyler, Utah encounters Bodie, played by Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Bodie is a Zen-like surf master with his own moral and ethical code. He heads up a gang of surfers, and slowly Johnny Utah begins to connect the dots of who these guys really are. So the moral crux of the movie, if there is a moral crux of the movie, can Utah put aside his growing feelings for Tyler and Bodie and make an arrest before the president strike again? So that is the plot. I'm curious to hear what you guys think.
Well, I'll just go ahead and start because I fucking love this movie. Mm-hmm. And this movie is just true to my heart because this was kind of one of those movies I shouldn't have watched. I was saying this just before the podcast. I remember my mom renting this movie, and I remember watching it early on, and knowing it was R-rated, and I shouldn't have watched it. And it was during one of the raid scenes, and there was breast abound, or some titties were exposed. Yeah. And she's like, you got to get out of here. I'm like, all right, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I left the room.
She didn't pause it. She just wanted to continue watching it.
She was
just
watching
didn't
the movie. Yeah, she was trying to, she spent some money on Blockbuster. She didn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
So then when I got over, she's like, all right, you can come back in. So I'm like, well, so all I missed was the titties, but I still get to see the violence and the I was like, everything else. I was like, all right.
All the F words?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Fucking A.
Yeah, and so I absolutely love this film. And I don't care how many times I watch it. It is easy to make fun of, but I'll be honest, it's so fucking well done. And I don't know why. I wish I could explain why this movie is how I feel it is. It's like, I have no problem with this film at all. I love it. It's so silly and stupid in some ways, but goddamn, Johnny Utah, man, Keanu, he fucking pulls it off somehow, some way in the worst way ever. He pulls it off.
Yeah,
freaking Busey plays the goofy dude, just like runs around. It's like
Pappas.
He's like, have y'all seen my dog? And he's like, what's going on around here? It's like he pulls it off as the goofy guy. It's like,
I don't know what a blind man fetching bricks at the bottom of the pool's got to do with anything.
Yeah. And what was it when he was going to the night crew? Was he eating part of a pizza? And he was just like, y'all have fun tonight. We'll see y'all later. And I was like,
I left you the crust.
Yeah. I was like, what kind of scene was that? Like, was that even needed? But it was like, you know what? It was just for Busey. Mm-hmm. And so it was perfect.
I ate all the pepperoni off this. Y'all
and it was like, y'all have fun tonight. Leaves. And honestly, and the whole chase scene at the very end where he's, where the internal struggle is, where he knows it's Brody and all this stuff. He's like, oh man, I know who it is.
Bodie,
sorry. He's like, yeah, I know who it is, but like, we don't want to say who it is. That whole chase scene, I just found awesome. It honestly, heart racing. We were like, oh my God, but also just fucking comical. Running through, like, that was a long ass chase scene.
Miles.
They went through many of homes and like a lot of yelling, and it's like, and then climbing the fences. And I was like, this is intense as hell.
I'm good for about 30 yards of that chase, and then I need to recess.
But it was still like hilarious. Mm-hmm. And even the ending of it, I can't even. I wish I could explain how much I love this movie, but I also understand how bad this movie was. But was it really bad though? It's
no, I don't think so.
I think people just love to hate it. Maybe but it was just, this movie holds a special place in my heart, and this is 100% a movie I will never see the fucking reboot of it because that'll fucking piss me off.
Purist.
But if this movie ever comes on TV, I mean, even if it was my mom's funeral, I'd be like, ooh, Point Break's on TV. And I was like, I mean, it's got commercials and everything. It's like, can you zoom me in? And it was like, because I mean, like, It's like, I don't know. It's like,
Sorry, Mom. Hey, Utah, give me 2.
It was like, Utah, make it 2. And it was just like, wait, what?
So, yeah, because you got to see the titties this time.
Yeah, he's like, you want me to serve? It was like, whoa. It's just, this movie is just absolutely fucking phenomenal. And this really should just be, maybe in my like top 10, 15. Well, like when you break it down, like, because like, there's movies I always forget about. And this is, I think, one that I forget about. And I don't know if it's just because it's just a film that hits me because when I was young, it was like a film I shouldn't have watched. But the more and more and more I watched it, I'm like, damn, man, if I saw this in theaters, I might clap. I might clap at this film and be like, you know what? Bodie went out the way he was supposed to go out, man. He went out.
Yeah. It's like he says, it's like, it's not a sin to die doing what you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, then Keanu just fades away.
He's not coming back.
Yeah. It's not coming back.
It's almost like a Western, you know, it's almost like kind of the Western of like going away, you know, that like the Shane, like he's going to die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like a water Western.
Yeah.
Like Waterworld, but better.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love this film. I loved it when Paul Walker met with Dom Toretto and then was like, to get in with these guys, I'm going to have to drive the fastest car ever. And then he went to like all the racetracks and was like,
I almost had you, bro.
I almost had you, man.
Yeah.
And then Dom was like, you never had your car. And then like got in good with him. Was like, God, I love all you guys on hanging out. Like, let's hang out some more.
I want to bang your
and
sister.
let's go like steal some DVD players off the back of trucks and then
Drink Coronas in the backyard.
anyway.
And bang your sister. Yeah, it's his sister, right?
In it, like
Probably.
I was watching
One way
Point
or
Break.
another.
This was my first time ever watching Point Break. I had never seen it before. I was like, oh yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah.
You loser.
I had never seen it.
Really?
And so I was watching it and I was like, I've seen this movie before. And it was called Fast and the Furious. And I was like, wait a minute. Fast and the Furious stole everything from this.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I'm getting all the similarities. All right. I get it. So I kind of had the idea. I'm like, okay, well, they're going to make Bodhi like bad, but not really bad, but kind of bad. I fucking loved it. I was on an edible that could have enhanced my viewership of it. But I loved it. I love the whole thing. I love Gary Busey. I think this is one of his best roles.
Yeah.
I just love him. He's always like super intense and crazy, but he's not a bad guy this time. He's just like, I don't even remember what like one of the weird sayings he had was in this that had like made me laugh my ass off. But
He definitely says I could eat the ass end of a dead rhino.
yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. That's
That'll
it.
do
Yep.
it.
Yep.
But him and his fucking meatball sandwiches, man, had to have two.
Two.
Also, he could really watch The Bank better. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He got back and anyway.
Oh, these fucking like, it's like, isn't he reading like the paper or something? He's reading like the
yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Oh, God dang.
It's like y'all are on a stakeout.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't get to read Marmaduke. It's like,
But yeah,
Get your
I
head
was
in gear.
getting Paul Walker vibes the whole time while Keanu is like, yeah, okay, I'll be the surfer guy on point. To the dude from Office Space and also Scrubs, the other doctor, the older one.
Oh, golly. Something Riley.
and Sean, what do you think? Oh, it's Sean.
Sean is here.
Sean's not plugged in.
We're tagging him in.
Hey, Sean just got here.
I got
and then
Hey, what's going on?
greetings.
Oh, hey.
So we're doing Point Break.
Do
right now.
you like green beans
then-
in a can?
Green beets in a can?
Green beans.
Green beans.
Oh, no, yeah, that's what you got to use for green bean casserole.
There you go.
We're talking about green beans as a potential sponsor. It's like, man, nothing beats a big old giant plate of green beans.
Yeah.
We talking about the Jolly Green Giant?
Absolutely.
Travis wants to see his ass.
I'm glad you're here because what was I talking?
His ass is edible.
Yeah.
There you
In more
go.
ways
Yeah.
than one.
If you
Yeah.
do that, your face is going to look like guacamole after that.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I love guacamole.
Hashtag She-Hulk.
You're going to look like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Just like the old one that's just like painted green.
So anyway,
no. What was I talking about? Damn it! I was about to make a point.
I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. I was zoned out.
The guy from
the guy from
Scrubs
and then
Office Space.
in the fake out
Perry Cox.
Very cool, yeah. But
the raid. You got to see good old young Tom Sizemore.
Yeah,
being like, God damn it, I'm DEA.
I've been fucking
this
for
whole
DEA.
thing up. But it like what happened in there totally made sense. They had the ex-presidents. I got this movie, and I watched Heat like later in life as well. Is that I had always heard good things about the movie Heat. So when I watched Heat, I was wondering why they weren't wearing president masks in that. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh shit, okay. I was getting them mixed up.
What masks did they wear in Heat? Did they wear masks?
I don't think they.
In the first robbery, they wear hockey masks. Second one, they do ski masks. In the bank robbery.
Huh.
Okay.
Because they all pull them down at the exact same time. They're like they're synchronized or whatever.
So
like,
purely winter sports.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
But I love the ex-presidents, and I'm like, I try to equate everything with comic books, and I'm like, this would be an excellent like gang in a Batman movie or a Batman comic book. It's just, good old Tricky Dick, good old Reagan, just bullshit. But I like everything that Bodie did. Patrick Swayze, I fucking loved him in this. He had his like cool, chill surf philosophy. He's like, we never kill anybody. We are always out in 60 seconds or 90 seconds, whatever it was.
They're gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, good call. They never hit the vault. And then the one time, like at the end, when they're like, you know what, fuck it, this is going to be our big one. They're adrenaline junkies, so they always want to push the envelope. He's like, fuck it, we'll go. And then that's what ends up, I guess that was Bodie's brother, his actual brother, which I didn't know throughout the entire movie. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, now this makes sense that he's fucking crazy and that he's not going to actually visit violence upon Tyler. He's like telling this other guy to do it. He's like, I can't do it. I have to tell this guy or mention it to him. Like,
It's a cop out.
But it made sense to me that like, all right, they're trying to still keep him somewhat good, somewhat to his,
like a love to hate,
somewhat, an honorable villain. And I loved it. And at the end too, I was like, oh, I already knew they had established it. I'm like, fuck, he's gonna go find him in Australia because he's made that point, mentioned that. I'm like 100%.
Made that point break.
And I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, God, you can't. You gotta let him try that one last wave. Let him do that last wave, and then you arrest him. But when he threw his, like, I wanted a sequel.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Keanu Reeves go off to do
there a
Fast
sequel?
and the Furious.
Is it like a reboot?
Isn't there a Point Break
We
2?
don't talk about that.
I wanted to see him go like do. He got the adrenaline junkie bug. I wanted to see him go do other crazy adrenaline shit, but also take people down.
Yeah. Maybe he goes undercover. Maybe he gets even deeper and like gets more dangerous and more on the edge.
Deeper
I need
and
to see
dangerous, sir.
The FBI director getting mad at him. He's like, "You're too radical for the FBI."
What's that guy's name?
we
We
got-
Scrubs.
It's John McGinley is his name.
John McGinley.
Yeah.
It's Perry Cox.
There it is.
Dr. Perry
Dr.
Cox.
Side note, at the end of whatever Bells Beach, how fake did those Australian accents sound to you guys? They sound pretty good.
We'll get him in whenever it comes back.
It's bloody death out there, mate. It's like, I think my accent's
Hey,
better.
didn't you have something you wanted to say about War Child?
Oh, I just fucking love it.
That's a great
It's
quote.
like, yeah, I just love it. It's just like because like you were saying, it's a love. Bodie is just like this is great. You feel like, man, he's got the right idea. He's robbing banks. Maybe I should rob some banks. It's like he's doing it for the right reason. I love it.
Yeah.
But it's that one scene where he's coming in and he bails out Johnny Utah. But I don't know why I love it. He was just like, it's like back out for a child. It was like, and just, he's like so definitive, and it was like, it's like he's with me, and I just love that scene. Just in general, that's all I had to say about that.
Did you like?
Was I drunk? Did I say something else earlier?
Maybe.
Oh, God,
I kept
damn.
thinking that when he was like, "You pull the chute, you pull it." Like, are they gonna kiss?
We're gonna make our
That was a metaphor. Yeah. The shoot's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean,
Hey,
Point Break.
Hey, baby.
you know who shot first?
Greedo.
Johnny Utah.
I did. No, I fucking love this movie.
On shot first.
I think I always underestimate how good this movie is because in my mind it kind of holds place in like that like middle ground between good movies, bad movies. And I think this last rewatch kind of pushed it toward like the good movie line.
Of all time.
like, what is it? 1987,
91.
91,
91.
This aged really well. I'm thinking our next movie that's 87.
Yeah.
No, this movie aged really well. Like,
So did our next movie.
so did our next movie. No, but I mean, really, the only moment that I literally had to take a step back and I was like, that was dumb, is when he's chasing Ronald Reagan. He throws a dog at him. He turns the corner and there's a fucking pit bull in the air.
Yeah.
Woof woof.
Yeah.
Like, that dog let him pick him up and just like, all right,
Yeah.
we're going to get this guy.
Think about that chase for a minute that starts with Patrick Swayze using and basically a guy in a Ronald Reagan mask using a gas station nozzle.
The
with
actor?
flamethrower.
Most badass thing.
And then they go through a Los Angeles neighborhood. We're talking running through like wading pools, people's kitchens, throwing dogs. I mean, this is like the
They
most
got all the way down to the drainage.
over the top action scene. Like,
That's the next movie.
Literally over the top.
Yeah. It's like, this is just crazy. I mean, it's just like, what can we throw in here next?
Well, and I just kept thinking about like all the cool stunts and how they always had to like kind of pull back and not show like faces because, you know, it's obviously not Keanu Reeves surfing and Patrick Swayze surfing. But,
Some scenes are, and that is them skydiving. They actually skydive.
well, that was the thing. I was like, how
And they
many
kiss.
times did it take them to film all these skydiving scenes? Because there's so many long shots. I don't know if you guys have gone skydiving. It takes not that much time before you have to pull a chute.
Trev has.
It's been like 6 months for me. So
Interesting to note, the effects of gravity have a whole different like pull on me. Like I fall faster than gravity allows.
enhanced gravity.
And like, 53 jumps. Scientists can't explain it. I won't do anymore. They won't let me.
yeah, you're not going to be a guinea pig anymore for them.
No. Elon Musk has gone bonkers over
Yeah,
Travis.
32 feet per second. No, I'm 34.
How much is Jeff Bezos bidding for you these days?
Like he,
He's
I'm getting a cameo in Rings of Power. That's about it.
Are you the ring?
I'm a troll. I was in episode 1. I was the ice troll. I got to growl.
You looked good.
Thank you.
That's good. No, I like the amount of time that they were in the air before they had to pull a chute was like 5 minutes.
Too long. Yeah.
So long.
Yeah, the guy that jumped from the Red Bull rocket in space
Oh, yeah.
didn't fall that long.
Yeah. So I mean, I was just like, when are they going to pull their chute?
Yeah.
When are they going to pull their chute?
Yeah. It's
Not
like,
it just took forever. But the stunts in this movie are awesome.
They are.
The flamethrower scene, most badass. Like if I could just have one scene on repeat, like if I could have a video of a wallpaper,
if there's a
it
gift
would
that
just be
defines me,
Ronald Reagan just
Oh, yeah.
flame throwing a car.
that's a good metaphor for him as a politician. That works really well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That suits him.
Except if the car was just like the homeless people and then like anybody that was lower middle class
Or anybody using drugs.
or middle class
Yeah.
or upper middle class,
Yeah.
just getting torched.
Get wrecked, fam.
Exactly. So real quick, around the horn, 1 to 10.
8. Solid 8.
I was going to say, like,
I
8.
almost want to give it an 8.5. Like there are parts of it that are bad, but like this is my very first time watching it. It is a solid 8 in bold and underlined.
I was going to say 8.5, 9, only because of nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
Because,
It is lovely. I was astounded.
I
how
will
good
always
was.
watch this
Whose
on TV.
pick was this, by the way?
Todd's.
Todd, well fucking done. I am
you.
touching his fist
Except
to my
you
fist.
didn't
and
understand
exploding.
the assignment. This was supposed to be bad movies.
That is
I
true.
couldn't help it though. It's like I wanted to see this so bad, and as soon as we officially picked it, I told my wife like we're watching Point Break. We watched it immediately.
Oh, what were her thoughts?
She loved it.
Did I miss that? Did you guys already talk about it?
No.
No, yeah, she loved it. So
Yeah, it's great. It's lovely. It is no longer on HBO Max. I watched it the last day before it switched over. I'm sure it's available. Where'd you guys watch it?
I rented it
Did you for like $4?
like a rich person.
dang, because we watched it on HBO. Like I can't believe it went away September 1st.
Where'd you watch it?
Travis, I've seen this movie 10,000 fucking times. I did not watch it for this podcast.
Oh.
I've seen this movie literally probably 1,000 times.
Okay,
He's an authority.
Twice. Yeah.
only $4 was spent watching this film.
And you should have spent 25.
Yeah, it's
this movie's fucking phenomenal.
Well worth it.
I mean, Black Widow was $29.99. Get fucked. This was
The remake
Way better
is still
skydiving
on
scenes.
HBO
Oh, yeah.
apparently with old Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Get fucked.
I still kind of want to watch it and see how shitty it is.
I can't.
I can't allow that.
I can't.
For you.
But it is so good with Busey and Keanu and
what.
Patrick Swayze.
You should watch it.
If they reboot, if it reboot,
if they
Rebused?
Busey'd it.
Hello.
He's in your head, man.
If they rebooted it with everybody except for Swayze, may he
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
And maybe without Busey.
Busey. He
There's
might
a
be
little
in the
Busey
clink.
in all of us.
Oh, Busey was diddling. That's right.
Yeah, Busey might be in the
Busey
pokey
been
pokey.
diddling.
Hey, Taylor, I'm concerned about you. You go home and you take a bite out of some toast and you make sure it's your bite radius and not Busey's. You might be a word Busey, a lycanthrope.
Hey, you know what? Busey has a place in my heart, though. Diddling or not.
You got
Tate's
Busey.
met Busey. What I have here is the plot of Point Break is basically just a clothesline to hang incredible action scenes from. The surfing and skydiving sequences are impressively filmed and hold up really well to this day. Even more incredibly, Reeves and Swayze do many of the skydiving stunts themselves, which is you never see that now.
Except for Tom
Oh,
Cruise.
yeah, I was going to say, did you see that fucking Tom Cruise
Yeah.
stunt?
Well, I mean, they
Yeah.
can't. I mean, he can't be killed by conventional
Flying on a
weapons.
No.
He is
That
supernatural.
red bracelet he wears, he cannot be killed.
Yeah, his soul is contained somewhere in a phylactery.
He's racked up enough like backup lives.
Yeah.
With Scientology Horcruxes.
The One Ring.
Fuck, is he Sauron? Sorry.
Could be.
It's like shit.
Both lead actors, along with Busey, turn in energetic, campy performances that would derail other movies, but they only enhance the weird vibe you find in this one.
Tom Cruise is actually the Witch King of Angmar. The L. Ron Hubbard is actually Sauron. Continue, Todd.
Wait, he's not Elron?
L. Ron Hubbard.
Elrond.
Elrond
Hubbard.
Okay, yeah.
Watching it now, one thing that my wife pointed out was that Johnny Utah is a dick to Tyler, basically lying about his parents dying in a car accident, and then kind of expecting her to forgive him for it later. That's pretty
Yeah, they
unforgivable.
never got back
sin.
to that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
kinda
it's like
yada-yada over that.
it's not like any dude does that to any
that's
girl now.
pretty shitty. It's like, oh, my parents aren't really dead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Also, I thought she was going to I thought she was going to be in on it and then have gotten back.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
She
Classic.
knew that he wasn't going to ever kill her. That, like,
Yeah.
I thought there was
She
going to be
was gonna be under the
M.
mask.
Night Shyamalan twist, an extra twist.
Man, I hate to bring his name into this movie. It's just like, his lousy like plot twists. It's like Poison. So
The band?
well,
Yeah.
man, if they're not in this movie somewhere, I mean, because the Chili Peppers are in
Like
there.
The Happening, like the grass is trying to kill us. Like if you were picking shitty movies, you should have picked The Happening.
Yeah, oh shit.
Last Airbender.
That motherfucker owes me.
But yeah, she was watching that thinking that Johnny Utah is not a great cop because it seems like he tends to get a lot of people killed with his recklessness, including Gary Busey.
Yeah.
And it takes him a while to
R.I.P.
figure out. It's like clearly Pat Swayze is, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes him a little while to figure that out. But overall, entertaining, goofy film. It's earned its status as a cult classic. I said 7.5. I think you guys taught me to an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
It's great.
It's a solid film.
We'll pull you up to a 9 if we give us enough time.
I know you can. The night's young.
With enough wine, it's going to be a 9.
Yeah, we'll go for a night surf and
Yeah.
we'll get you into a 9. We'll rob a bank later too. It's
those
like, yeah,
green beans.
we'll get you on here, man.
Get a big old plate of green beans and just go to work.
I can be convinced into a windy 9.
Eat some green ass and just go from there.
Man,
That's a hashtag.
wine and green bean casserole.
No,
Fuck yeah.
a wine and a green bean 69.
Yep. Cinemavino. You didn't hear it, Sean, earlier.
I like
but
that.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so yeah, we're drinking Olema
Let's wrap this
Pinot
up.
Noir.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious California. It's to me, this is a classic California Pinot. It's got
Must be nice.
pretty good body to it.
Well, Sean, if you show up late,
That's fair.
Sean had an emergency out on the docks. They managed to save the boat.
he was surfing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was surfing.
But he ain't turfing.
Yeah, the waves call when they call, man. How to control it.
They saved the surf, but not the turf. So there's that. But yeah, it's a great full-bodied. I think for a Pinot Noir, it's got some nice color to it. I mean, it's heavier than what you normally see.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a Orca.
No, this is a spicy Pinot.
Yeah,
You know what I also enjoy is ToddWoffordMovies.com.
Subtleness is not a part of this podcast.
Again, this is why Travis doesn't read the ads.
Yeah.
You know what is also great? Audible.
And Travis actually does
Turns you
love
on.
them. Yeah. Audible.com, audibletrial.com/Cinemavino. Where you want to go.
Actually, yeah, we get some money if you will type that in to your device.
And you get a free trial. So it's 30 days. and they will give you
30 days or 30 days?
It's 30 dirty. It depends on what you're going for. If you're
Dirty.
going,
It's a dirty 30.
if you're going for sci-fi like dirtiness, I mean,
And 20% off of green beans.
yeah.
It's like off of.
They might not honor that. It's only through yesterday.
Use our promo
Use
code.
the promo code, see what happens.
Yeah, if enough people do, it was like, hey, you can listen to anything on Audible and eat a can of green beans. So it's like, oh, we're gonna get some money for that.
You know what? Green beans worth full price.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you use our promo code at Del Monte, get you 20% off of green beans, corn, okra. You got yourself a fine meal.
I will say, like, I hate to do it. This is a life hack, but like the dented green beans just taste better.
Yeah.
The dented can.
Yeah.
You get 20 cents off.
The can that the wrapper's like half off of.
Exactly.
I've done them on purpose.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, just throw them down.
Yeah, same.
For flavor.
Same.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we can't tell you to do that, but you know what?
we're not your boss.
Yeah.
When it comes to your
also,
beans.
yeah, there's this inflation. Inflation's bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, like, live your life.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
We ain't got no
Travis,
room
are you a sodium or no sodium guy? Because you can get them without sodium now.
Yeah.
Or
Taylor, I'll be honest. I'm a little embarrassed. What's sodium? That means salt.
that's for our next episode.
Yeah.
you got to stay tuned to find out. Does Travis know what sodium is?
Does sodium know what Travis
I'm going to post a periodic table on the Instagram. You guys can take a look at it and see what you think.
Tag yourself as sodium.
So there's been another episode of Cinemavino.
It's our next Mailbag Monday. If you were an element on the periodic table, what would you be?
We're going to teach Travis about salt. So we got Sean Jordan. Hey. Taylor Owens.
Yo.
Travis Bud.
Oi.
And we will see you guys next time. Not with a bang, but probably with a Johnny Utah size whimper.
And with a can of beans.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Be sure to listen, rate, and subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CastBox, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our website is at cinemavino.net, and reviews of these films can be found at toddwoffordmovies.com.
Thanks again for listening to Comedy by Indie Drop-In Network. If you would like to nominate a comedy podcast to be featured, just send me a tweet at Indie Drop-In. I'd also love to hear if one of our featured podcasts is now your favorite show. Indie Drop-In survives off ad revenue and listener donations. If you would like to contribute, please consider buying me a coffee. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/Indie Drop-In. If you look at the very bottom of the episode description, you will see a link. Indie Drop-In has many other shows that you also might like. Just go to indiedropin.com. All right, we'll see you next week.